else. So with that, I say, man, everywhere space I'm in, man, if no matter if we disagree, get argumentative, emotions get up or whatever, it's always centered in love because I ain't gonna engage in conversation if I don't love the people that I'm talking to. So I'm gonna hop off here, sisters, man. Like I said, brothers, it's always a pleasure when I see y'all in there, you know what I mean, in spaces or whatever, and hear y'all do y'all thing. But I'm gonna hop off and do a little bit more. I might jump on later, but like I said, it's all love, no matter where we at. You know, I'm here when it start, whether we do it today or tomorrow. So
It's all day, golly. That's why I be over in your channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Bad love, baby.
All right, Kylie. Have a good night, okay?
Yeah, peace, guys. Out here, man.
Peace.
Hottest thing
I'm
to
gonna
me.
just
Off here for a minute. I'll be back, though. I gotta make a phone call.
Right.
All right, Empress. The saddest thing for me is watching my people tear at each other. Okay. Or with me being a martial artist, having to look at the fear in my own people's eyes when they realize they're getting whooped by me. I want our people to wake up. Huh? Say it again, host.
You talking about that? You talking about that look at they give you after that first move or that first kick to the chin? They ain't realize they just got kicked in the face, and they sitting there shocked like, "Did you
Right.
just kick me in my face?"
Now they don't know what to do. And, I hate that look of fear. And like I said, I want my people to wake up and start respecting each other again, putting us first. We done sucked up the mindset of the colonizers, what they done presented to us so bad that we treat our own so bad. I refuse to treat even my own enemy that's my same color is that way. Even I stop when I see they defeated and they down, I just stop and back up. I don't want to keep beating on you and putting fear into you. This is a vast problem that we all on here trying to combat. And to me, it's frustrating to be 53 and to know that the society that I'm sending my last child out into is a burning fucking house. We gotta change something, people, because they picking us off like whack-a-mole. I just watched a TikTok of a woman crying, talking about how they unalived her daughter in the car and all this other stuff, in some county, and it just saddened my heart. You feel helpless. You understand what I'm saying? They're attacking our women. We so divided that they're attacking our women now. You see it all the time. All of these melanated women getting attacked by foreigners. Why? Because they know they ain't got no backup. We gotta do something, man, for real. Y'all can't give up this fight. Y'all can't stop getting on TikTok. You gotta keep pushing the TikToks. I know you get tired because I get tired. And I try not to do what everybody else is doing. I try to come a little bit different. But even I get tired going, is this pointless? No, I gotta do it anyway. I keep offering out the martial arts class to the people who turn me down and tell them to send me their kids, and they still keep, well, I might one day. I only seen one kid show up, and I'm teaching my son and stuff. I offered it to his whole class. They didn't want to listen. I offered my nephew's classes. They didn't want to listen. Then my nephew go to the school and whoop the kids that he in the class with. And then the parents in there talking about it's not fair. But then I look at the parent and go, I did tell you to send me your child. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to keep at it. We can't give up. Don't lose heart. Because we all we got at the end of the night. Don't none of them. They're the people under the stairs, y'all. We don't know when they going to start acting like they grandparents again.
Just say that at people under the stairs.
Damn right
Yes,
they
he
is.
did. Yes, he did.
Who said that the other day?
Yes, somebody did say that, didn't they?
Right. They the people under the stairs, and you don't know when they going to snap out. We literally riding on borrowed time. So we got to stick to this.
Remember that movie, The People in the Walls?
Oh, yeah.
They are. They've been telling you they are the whole time.
Damn.
Cherokee, you came up here to say something?
Yeah, Zoe, every time Zoe go live, he pulled me up here. I can't resist. I'm just listening and supporting. Everybody ain't got to hear from me. Ah.
You're having a goddess up there, you know what I'm saying? Rashad, you fell asleep?
Sean dealing with his babies.
Yeah.
That's the wild Indians running around. Oh!
Yeah. Hey, look, when my mic is quiet for a long time, trust me, that's the only thing that's happening. My baby's running around,
You training them
going
kids?
crazy. Huh?
You training them kids? You
Am
teaching
I
them?
training?
Are you teaching them some self-defense?
Some Taibo, some
Hey, look, I
jujitsu.
need to get them into that, but everybody has their avenue. That's why we need to be nation building because everybody has their avenue. Because my son might not be able to do a back kick, right? But he could distinguish multiple fruits and vegetables and how to eat them and when they're ripe and not ripe. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter can do the same. But that's because I train them in something that I do. So when I'm out there like planting stuff, and even down to removing bugs from like the leaves and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I get them involved with it.
Yeah, planetary.
Have anybody ever took time out to read the history of China and how they got under occupation from Japan and stuff? Them people sat in secret and started practicing. That's what that IP man shit is about. They knew they all had a common threat.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what when you IP movies, you see he teaching them all. They all like, fuck it, we know they gonna keep kicking our ass. We gotta get that concept in our head.
Yep.
Go
Hey, you know what? On some real shit, though, Prince. That's why I be having clips of them goddamn Wu-Tang Clan collection clips on my TikTok because it got jewels in those movies too. Real jewels.
a lot of Jews.
Hell yeah.
But we gotta realize, see, even in IP man, when he started teaching the whole factory, they were workers, mothers, children, everything, but they knew everybody had to fight at one point in time. So he was training everybody. This is how China got the Japanese from being on them. They all started in secret and talking to each other. Hey, these people ain't straight. They the people under the stairs. Hey, work out. And the Japanese coming through, and then one day they all just snapped. It started in one province and just spread. And they took their country back.
Yep, they always fought for their. That's what the fights was about. It always be a standoff, a major competition, and if they win, they gotta leave. If they lose, then they subjective. It's crazy.
Turned on them. And it started in their provinces. One province started fighting. Then while they was fighting at that province, somebody ran from that province and told them they started fighting, and everybody martial arts. It was more than that, but that was a major part of it, being physically fit and knowing what to do. And they all had the same mindset that these people gotta go. You understand? They didn't care that the Japanese had better weapons and all that stuff and came in there. They fought with fucking pitchforks. They was getting bombed, everything. But they still got their country back. They didn't care about who they gonna drop some bombs. They knew they was. Them people was hitting it, digging tunnels up out of their places and shit. They was doing everything. They was preparing. While we sitting around going, well, we just gotta.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, we definitely
This is all entertainment purposes only.
We definitely got to let go of the whole like they're gonna what are they gonna do to us if we build something? Because if we do that, then obviously like we'll never build nothing because it'll always be the threat of what are they gonna do if we do it. So really, we just got to do it. Like
Yeah, definitely. Just don't do it. Everybody do it in one spot. That's all I was disagreeing.
well, I mean, look,
with.
there's things that are in play. That's why it's like, you
Yeah.
can learn from the past, obviously. Like there's things that are in play. Look what they did. You see the 13 colonies, right? And then they turn into the United States, right? But we can do the same thing. All we got to do is get at the minimum 20 people in every state to come together, form something, and we can nation build. Everybody can form their
That's real reality right there.
everybody could Everybody can form their judicial, legislative, and executive branch, and have your delegates
Yeah.
and all your things like that. And then that can be what's happening in each state. But then overall, there's an umbrella that is what we would call our nation, and we can still be split within all these states or whatever you want to call it. But we still have our own nation we have our own constitution and our own treaties and things like that, and then we'll be able to deal in commerce with other nations. And then if there was to be any terror to happen to our people, we'll be on a national standing, and we won't be going to the people that terrorized us. We'll be going to speak to a committee of other nations about the atrocities. So it'll be a whole different aspect of things. And then they'll have to look at our constitution, they'll have to look at treaties, they'll have to look at everything that's in place. And then us being the descendants of all these different nations, like these tribes and different nations, that will go into play into anything we build, right? Because we'll put that in our declarations, of independence or whatever we call it. We'll put it in all our declarations that we are the descendants of these people. So the treaties that were made with whatever these nations are that pre-exist they'll still be standing with us, right? And then whatever new treaties we do build. And if anybody knows, as just being black people, we spend trillions of dollars. So if that's what we spend, then that means as a nation, that's what we're worth, plus more, because everybody in the world knows who we are. So what nation would not want to deal with us? What nation do you think would be like, nah, we won't get rich dealing with them, when every nation already gets rich dealing with us? Right.
Right.
Rashad, that's my main point of basically breaking down why it's so important to know law. Because on top of that, in order to be able to draw up a constitution or draw up a treaty, a person that don't know law ain't finna draw up a treaty or a constitution that actually can stand in courts or in any.
So that's why I was telling you when I was saying what I was saying. I told you that two things could be true at once. I'm saying just as real as it is, it's as fake as it is. Because even us going to build our own nation, we would have to be able to recognize the fakeness and the fraud that's going on here.
What it is that we got to start explaining to our people to recognize what this government system thing works off of. It works off of a vessel in the mind state. So when you have a vessel and a mind state, that's where you get the reality and the imagination. You see what I'm saying? So then you get you get with the reality and take it to the mind state. We actually turn from being that lost vessel at sea in maritime law to being a natural person on land in common law, which is original and natural. That's why the Constitution is the law of the land. But I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was just trying to break it down. So, because we got to remember sometimes.
I knew what you were doing, but
yeah,
that's why I didn't really
for a crowd of people. You know what I'm saying? I be speaking for a crowd of people, not just me and you conversating directly. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times
that's why I didn't take no offense. Yeah. I was like, oh, we're having the same conversation, but two different conversations at once. Because when you were responding, I knew you weren't talking directly to me.
Right. And because people that's listening and tuned in that might not know, they might want to be informed. And it's good that we share information that we possess, because otherwise that information turns to nothing. This information we possess is not to be debated or challenged. It's to be shared. I don't debate people. I don't try to prove nothing to nobody. I live in this natural world as a national. If people want to join me, I offer that. If people don't, that's up to their decision. I'm not here to convince people. That's not my duty. I'm a messenger.
So when I first started speaking on, the shit being fake, I did clarify, like that if you're like, the purpose of doing the paperwork is to operate in their system in the meantime. So that's how I started my whole thing off. Like you, if you're gonna do this shit, just remember that this is only supposed to be a band-aid to operate in their system in the meantime. But we really need to be nation building and doing our own thing. But in the meantime, you still got to go to you still got to go to work and you still got things to do. But while you're doing those things, you want to do it at the most supreme power that you can be at while you're doing it. But other than that, we really need to be building our own shit, because we're not built to be at the top of this system.
And that goes even to where, like, how I was trying to break it down for everybody to hear abroad, to where getting into this law information and stuff is to where you'll end up being right back like the Constitution stands. We the people will be governing the government itself, but not at the same time, we're not governed by the government and its rules and regulations. So we'll have our own people's court, you know what I'm saying? We'll be governing our bodies, we'll be operating in commerce because we'll have our own trust bonds and all of these, you know, documents that's, you know, utilized to basically maneuver in society of today. And you will have to be attached to the system. See, when people use the word system, they don't realize you can be operating in private through commerce and you just actually got your trust and all that set up correctly. It's easy, but it's not easy. But it's easy once you learn the law and the trick knowledge of how they try to take language and make it like deep metaphors for you to have to try to decipher. That's why I was saying earlier when I said it's a lot of wordplay for these MCs, they'll really be good at it. Remember I said that though?
Yeah, I used to rap.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, even you, if you know, like, your best flows come when you in the zone and you freestyling. Because your soul is way ahead of its time on manifesting words to project how you feel. That's where the trust comes from. You feel me? And so once we design and if we do create a nation and have our trust in all of this, I would tell everybody to have individual trust all attached to a nation trust, which that nation trust would be able to go and inherit those 59 billion acres, the $33 trillion, they'll be able to inherit a percentage of that. And see, that's what people don't understand, what the whole goal of all of this information really is, getting your inheritance. Not just getting your ancestors' land back. It's more than just your land back.
Exactly.
I can see all.
What do you mean, good luck? It's always somebody in the chats with the negative, but this shit ain't hard to do. It's about getting out of being, comfortable. People are just comfortable, don't want to
Snipers.
read, don't want to check into anything new. We basically right now supposed to be discharging debt. We're supposed to be doing that automatically.
Right.
That don't have nothing to do with nationalizing or anything. All you got to do is flip them bills over and start reading and finding out where to go to discharge this stuff. We
You know,
really don't have to be a part of this at all.
you
The
can be
whole
better
nation,
without no
even the
one.
children are teachable when it comes to this.
Hey, look, y'all, I'm gonna drop and run around. Peace and love. I appreciate y'all
Peace
having.
and love, brother.
Peace and love, little bro. You know what I'm saying? You know I fucks with you, man. Anytime, any day, man, any night.
Keep
Early morning.
selling that book.
They be him and David,
Right.
they be on it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with him and David,
Right.
man. I wake up at like 5 in the morning, check out TikTok, oh, him and Dave is on the build or some shit. I'm like, oh, see, that's why. Because when you get involved with this truth will keep you to where you're only able to rest. You don't sleep.
Right, right.
I trust me,
Me,
15
me
plus
and
years.
David, don't even study together. We just pretty much on the same page. Then we
Right.
get on these lives and we be building, and it just connects. But that shows like the same goes with a lot of us. We get on lives together, and our information connects with each other, even though we ain't studying the same exact thing.
Facts.
That's right.